Welcome, everybody, to our first episode, Drummer 101 Artist Interviews. I'm sitting here today with Jesse Sherwood, a.k.a. Kit Coda. He is recently in the band Humble Wolf. They're amazing. I recommend checking them out. Just to get into it, we started this sort of thing to kind of show people, after lessons, what do we do next? Because, I've had that question. I'm sure you have. You're kind of like, what can I do? How can I make this a part of my life? Especially if you love it like we do and like a lot of people do. So anyways, Jesse, how did you get in music? Do you remember like the first time you're like, I really, really want to be a drummer, or just some part of the scene?
Oh yeah, 3 years old.
My 3 years old.
Yeah, Pops was in bands growing up, and it was one of those things where it was kind of natural progression. You just do what Dad does. So.
And was he a drummer as well? Or
No, he was guitar. I just went to the drums because they were loud.
Yeah.
I think I love the loud noise, and I got attracted to it. So
I remember my parents used to hate me because when I was like, I was a little bit older, probably 4 or 5, I was on this radio station talking to Santa, and I asked for a drum set. And of course, my parents didn't give me a drum set. They gave me like this thing that I beat on. They used to get so pissed off. But anyways, I liked it too. So you've been in a lot of bands, I know that, and you were
a few.
Tell us about Humble Wolf. Like, how did that come about? I know
I got lucky with Humble Wolf. I did a drum off our local guitar center here in Roseville, and I was like, all right, I gotta go to the next step, and see what I'm capable of, or see who I can meet. And that was the main thing, was I wanted to meet some key people in music in the local scene. So got lucky, did the drum off. It was a great experience, and I was able to meet Jason Ango from Humble Wolf.
Great guy.
Awesome dude. Amazing musician. It's taught me a lot so far. I've only known him a year, and just to watch the guy is amazing. But that's how I got, met the Humble Wolf boys, and here we are a year later, recording, doing movies. It's fun. Videos. Live music.
All right, so I know that a lot of people, they have sort of their weird like rituals or ways they get prepared for a show. I know that I become like the worst person in the world. People are like, don't talk to Orrey like an hour before the show, because I just like shut down, and I'm just like, I'm in the corner like preparing myself.
Spinning the stick.
Exactly. So explain, you have a show coming up, the morning of the show. Explain your process preparing for the show and kind of the mentality you're in.
Well, if you got 2 weeks, I can explain it, but we don't have 2 weeks. No. No, basically, I make sure the drums are tuned, cymbals are cleaned, just ready to be on stage, because people are, looking at this, looking at you guys and critiquing, especially other musicians. They critique instruments. So you want to make sure that you show them that you're professional and you're prepared and want to have a good show and be, an entertainer. So tuning, stretching a little bit, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But,
Do you still get jitters?
No, I haven't had those in a while. I did actually have some jitters in one of the concerts that we do at Cesar Chavez. Mm-hmm. That was a little nervous. I know exactly kind of what you're talking about, because I remember my first show that I had done outdoors. It was different because, when you have like a sound guy and you kind of have the confined space that he knows how to, like make the sound good too. It's a little different when you just have like all of Sacramento, that your stuff is just, your drums are ringing out, and it's kind of, but so I remember that. I remember my first time playing live, I was a little bit like, it was a little weird. Yeah, no, I remember those days. There's no doubt about being nervous, but that's where, your dad or your close friend can say, the show must go on. And that's where you start learning, you're right, that particular saying in music, the show must go on.
Yeah.
If you're going to get nervous and you can't play on stage, then you may not, want to try something different, because it is, you are performing in front of people that want to judge you, or, they critique you, they do those things.
Exactly, yeah.
And if they find something that they like, then you can change and touch people's lives. So
yeah,
I'm getting all weird. Like,
it's cool, dude.
Look cool.
We here at Drummer 101 AI endorse emotions.
It's family. We're a bunch of family.
When you're here, you're family. We're gonna get sued for that. But so have you ever? Has it always been drums, or have you kind of? He brought his harmonica.
I know, yeah.
He brought his harmonica. He came here today. Has it? Have you? Is there any other? I'm ready to hire you.
No,
I am ready to hire you. I need a harmonica player.
I've always wanted to play guitar or bass, but it's one of those things where drums came natural to me.
Yeah.
I'm just now starting to take lessons with Drummer 101. Kevin Prince, amazing dude.
Of course, Drummer 101, Kevin Prince.
Dude can play the
Look him
drum
up.
sets. Like, it's crazy. It's amazing what the dude can do, and I've learned a lot from him. So go check out drummer101.com for sure. So
especially, we'll have a link in the description. It'll be super easy to get to. Which actually brings up my another point that I have. I know. How long have you been playing drums? First of all, since you were 3.
No. 3 was like the first. Like I actually banged the drum, and I was like, and then my dad. I woke everybody up.
Yeah.
The rest is history. But 11, my dad bought me my first drum set when I was 11. My 11th birthday, surprised me. Pearl Export, still have it.
Ooh, there we go.
Still sitting in the garage, getting all rusty, but I plan on rebuilding it.
And so you've said so yourself, and a lot of people, they think that there's some point you can get to where you're like, okay, I've learned everything I can on drums, or even any instrument. I don't think that's true, and you said so yourself. We're always learning something new, and it's.
I was there a year ago, and then I met Humble Wolf dudes, Kevin Prince, Orrey. All these inspirations. It helps you, pushes you, it gives you that drive to go and say, there are other beats I can learn. It's been the floodgates have opened since I've been taking lessons, online. So I plan on doing real physical lessons. Yeah. But I want to make sure I learn something first before I just make a fool of myself.
I always have that where it's like, if I nail something on the drums, or if I'm having just even a show or just a day where I'm like, man, I feel great about my talents as a drummer. Not to sound pretentious, but. And then I'll go.
Too,
no, but then I'll go to I'll be in the car or something, and I'll hear some band that I've never heard of, and I hear the drummer, and I'm like, man, I suck. I think I'm great, So it's like this. It's this black and white thing where just immediately I'm like, never mind, I can't play drums ever. And
every time I hear Neil Peart, I just suck. I'm just gonna quit now. That guy's amazing.
Yeah, turn your drum set to a lamp, as Kevin always says. Yeah, so you want to play guitar, you said you want to play bass.
You want to tinker around, but I know a couple chords I can play here and there, but drums have been the love, my first love in music, and it's tough, because you want to feel, especially when you're around other musicians that are very talented. There's a lot of talent in Sacramento. And they're playing other instruments, multiple, 3 or 4, and you're like, man, I want to do that too. I want to just walk in and just have something, just pick it up and play it, because that's what makes you a good entertainer. And
even Jason, by the way, he was talking about Jason Angove of Humble Wolf. He's the guitar player and singer. I'm always surprised by how that guy can just walk into it. I mean, you can hand him a xylophone, and I bet he could play the Star Spangled Banner at least, or something, or Eruption on the xylophone.
Amazing musician.
Myself as well, though. I've always wanted to be able to do that. I mean, I kind of did. My parents forced me to start off with piano.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like, you cannot get a drum set until you play the piano. So I did piano for a little bit. I even did trumpet. I don't know why, but then I did some drums, and that's just where I've been ever since. Yeah. So
you've taken lessons with Kevin too, haven't you?
Yes. When I was 12 years old, I did not. People think that I was, and I'd like to tell them that I was born with a beard. I was not born with a beard. Back when I was 12 years old, fresh faced, I had long hair because I thought I was really, really cool, and I kind of was. But after I had done my due as a piano player and a trumpet player, my parents finally started saying,
You proved yourself.
Exactly. They wanted to let me play drums. They're like, all right, he's been working hard. We're gonna get him a drum set and some lessons.
They were probably hoping that you forgot about the drums.
They were. Oh my god! I'm sure they were crossing their fingers. Please. And my dad even he's like, why don't you get an electric kit? That way you could plug in your headphones. You don't have to bother us. But I was like, yeah. But so when I was 12 years old, the first lesson that I ever took was with Kevin Prince, and it was funny because I remember he's 28 now, so he was 20. Kevin Prince was he was 20, and I remember walking in, and I was just placed with him. It was kind of weird, it's the whole fate thing, I got placed with Kevin Prince. Today he's one of my best friends, if not my best friend, and so he took And so I took lessons with him, and I don't know, long story short, you know, now we're close friends. You know, I'm doing this thing on his drum101.com thing, and yeah, that's how I got into drums. And I still play.
Do you still play the trumpet?
No, although I found my trumpet the other day. This was like...
That's a sign, bro.
This was like a week or two ago, and I picked it up.
You can do a drum solo and trumpet solo, you know.
Okay. Do you remember... Have you heard of that guy? What's his name? There's a guy, and he does, like... He does covers. Like, he did a cover of Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, which... Yeah. But he did a cover of it, and it sounded really cool. But his drummer... And it was the weirdest thing. He was hammering on a bass while he was like using his left hand to like play the drums.
I did that when I was
I want to do that.
12, 13, just and I couldn't. I was like, yeah.
And you didn't think anything of it, but apparently makes you famous. Yeah. All right. So anyways, again, this is Drummer 101 Artist Interviews. Thanks so much to Jesse Sherwood. It's been a lot of fun. Go ahead and check us out on Facebook. It is facebook.com/drummer101 artist interviews. We're on Twitter as well, which is at D101_AI. And go ahead and check out Humble Wolf, because they are a phenomenal band. There's a lot of local bands that are just trying to like work it and push it, but no one is as hardworking as the guys in Humble Wolf. And they make great music. They make really cool music. So stick around after the show. We're gonna show you some of their music. We're gonna play a little video for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. And again, Jesse, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a good one.